Yeah. See, now people like to talk, I don't really like to hear them. See these dudes naked, that's why I don't get near them. This rappers in my blood, I don't even need that serum. Hometown kids, so you hear the city cheering. Lately I've been going off, think I'm killing now, man, just wait till this my job. I'm trying to PC stars, so I mean every word I'm saying. They don't even care, they want me rhyming off the top. Yeah. Still been going in, been doing this since 2K, was rhyming in the whip. Listening to Under Pressure, been out like a kid. Since a child with the braces, always knew that I could spit. Now I'm going over heads, they spending bread at these bars. I made these bars to get my bread, don't care what no one says. Y'all are such a mess, they want me going down with. I took another round instead, what's up? Lately I've been on the road, as much as I can hate it, man, there's no place like my home. Remember in my childhood, I prayed that I was wrong. Now I finally made it, man, I wish the time it froze. Yeah, your relationships was pure, ain't thinking about cheating when you out there on that tour. Never had your heart broken right up at its core. You ain't need these riches, you was happy when you poor. And when the music getting quiet, it's crazy just to laugh, just thoughts we getting in that silence. You can never shut it off, but we both know you will try it. Brother, why you fighting? My tongue starts moving, I don't even try to bite it. My real thoughts hidden, I don't even try to write it. If I said I was happy, man, you know that I'd be lying, it's real. Yeah. See, now people like to talk, I don't really like to hear them. See these dudes naked, that's why I don't get near them. This rappers in my blood, I don't even need that serum. Hometown kids, so you hear the city cheering. Lately I've been going off, think I'm killing now, man, just wait till this my job. I'm trying to PC stars, so I mean every word I'm saying. They don't even care, they want me rhyming off the top. Yeah. Still been going in, been doing this since 2K, was rhyming in the whip. Listening to Under Pressure, then I got good kids. Since a child with the braces, always knew that I could spit. Now I'm going over heads, they spending bread at these bars. I made these bars to get my bread, don't care what no one says. Y'all are such a mess, they want me going down with. I took another route instead, what's up? As much as I can hate it, man, there's no place like my home. Remember in my childhood, I prayed that I was wrong. Now I finally made it, man, I wish the time it froze. Yeah, your relationships was pure, ain't thinking about cheating when you
What it do, what it do, what it do. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Hit that bell icon. That's the notification bell that alerts you all content that will drop to my YouTube channel that will hit your devices. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up, the AKA the like button. YouTube appreciate that. S.L.R Media TV appreciate that. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I need everybody to double back and spin the block. go to my second YouTube channel, S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. It helps both of my YouTube channels grow, get more viewers, more subscribers, pushes both of my channels further to the YouTube algorithm to get noticed, to get exposed, and get more new eyes on my channel. So it's very important that you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell icon. And also, if you like the content, you like what I do, make sure you hit the Cash App $ SRED40. All proceeds go directly towards the channel. Shout out to everybody who continues to donate to the channel. Continue to donate. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. You see the title. You see the title. You see the title. You see it. In Bryce Young, we trust. LA Rams, playoffs. Trust the process. Will Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers pull out one of the biggest upsets in NFL history? No. No. The dream will end as it may be Saturday. I say around about 7:15, 7:30ish. We'll know by 7 o'clock. The dream will end. Yes, the weather gods. It will be raining. It's beneficial towards the Carolina Panthers, but no matter what, the Carolina Panthers are not beating the LA Rams tomorrow. It's not happening. It's not happening. Matthew, Orton, Stafford, Sean, Terminator, McVay. Nah, nah, nah. They're going to crush, like Rusev, they're going to crush Carolina Panthers in their dreams. Yes, yes, the city will be jumping. Yes, the city will be out. Rain, hail, sleet, or snow. It will be packed. Yes, Cam Newton will be there. Hell, you can bring the armed forces. It ain't gonna make no difference. Carolina Panthers will lose to the LA Rams 31-10. Yeah. Coming up with the offensive game plan to outscore the Rams. Defense will be staying on the field for a mighty long time. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford learned from the first one. They're not gonna get caught. They're not gonna get caught by surprise in this game right here. All hands on deck. This is the biggest game of Bryce Young's career. This is the biggest game of Dave Canales' coaching career. Because look at this. With the coaches that are out there that are looking for a new home, looking for a new team to coach, I am pretty sure there are head coaches that are better than Dave Canales. So Dave Canales, I'm telling you, if you lose, and if you lose bad, and if you lose like you don't know what you're doing, Dave Canales, you're going to be fired. Bryce Young, if you don't play like the number one pick, you don't play like the Heisman, your days as a Carolina Panthers starting quarterback will be Sunday. So I'm telling y'all now, if Bryce don't play good, Saturday will be his last game as a Carolina Panther for sure. For sure. And I told you, before, and I'm going to continue to stand on it. Better days will come once we get a better head coach and quarterback. And I don't feel bad for none of the fans. They got to sit out there in that bad weather and watch this Carolina Panther team that is an 8-9 team with a with an above 500 record, with a scoring average under 20 points per game, and watch this team struggle to score points. Go on live. Make sure you tell everybody. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment to the show, and make sure you hit that damn bell icon. Because I'm telling you, we're going live, and I want the numbers to go up. I want the likes to go up. Let's go. Matter of fact, appreciate everybody, and shout out to everybody. I put out a Carolina Panthers short video like last week, over 10 plus thousand views, over 100 likes, over 10,000 views on the Carolina Panthers video that I did. Shout out to everybody. Shout out. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Over 10,000 views on the video that I dropped for the Carolina Panthers. Appreciate all the love. Shout out. Continue, 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 continue. Support all the content that I drop about the Carolina Panthers. Let's go ahead and get into the content. Let's go ahead and get into the content. I do have the Rams beating the Carolina Panthers 31-10 tomorrow for sure. This is it for Bryce Young. This is it. Like I said, new quarterback, new head coach, new regime. I smell a Super Bowl in our future for sure.
Great power comes great responsibility. Great power comes great responsibility.
Hey, what's going on, folks? It's been brought to my attention what I said on the radio. Probably should have used some different words. But based on the DMs I've been getting from people, what I said, and then now you saying you're going to threaten me, and you're going to pull up on me. I don't think that's a good idea. So, I love this city. I invest in this city. My foundation in this city. But all these comments in my DMs, sliding my DMs, talking about you're going to pull up on me, you're going to threaten me. We don't need all that, man. We don't need no black on black. So if that's how you really feel, just block me, bro. You don't have to. But all these comments threatening my life, ain't no need for that. Okay?
You heard Steve Smith, Bryce Young fans. Stop threatening him. You heard me. You heard him. He gonna put hands on you. Keep playing on. Keep threatening Steve. Steve gonna put them hands on him, Bryce Young fans. Straight up.
It hit me walking out of the stadium yesterday, running into a lot of the Panther fans, the joy, the enthusiasm, and Dave, it was a reminder of what football and a team and a city can mean for a community. Did you get a sense of that at the end of the game yesterday?
Yeah, absolutely. It really started, when I walked out there for the kickoff and came back out of the locker room. Everyone was in their seats, and I looked around, and I was like, man, there's a lot of black here. We had the black towels going. We're in all black in the uniform, and it just felt like a whole thing together. It was the team. It was the fan base. Bank of America Stadium. It was electric, and I was like, man, it'd be great to get a win today. For everyone who showed up and showed out and made an impact on the game. Really did. With some false starts, delay of games, really made the communication for the Bucs challenging.
was going to come a moment, okay? Offense had a moment. We went down the field. Ryan nailed the field goal. Hey. And then the defense had a moment to make a play. Yep, it's looking a little grim right there, okay? But guess what? Just give us one more chance. How are we going to get it done? Together. Talking together, communicating the whole time. Everybody was in it the entire time. That's what it's going to take, okay? We got some cool stuff right here, okay? First of all, Bryce, 12th game-winning drive of his career. Let's go. Okay. Boom, had a sack. DB had a sack. And then Ransom for the interception. We've been playing championship playoff football for a long time, okay? For weeks and weeks. We just got to keep continuing to find a way. We got a hell of an op coming up, boys. Let's celebrate the hell out of this. Just a reminder, okay, tomorrow you're coming in for a workout. We're back to work on Tuesday, okay? Back to work on Tuesday so we can get out. Okay?
Hey, man, we not done yet, bro. Let's go. Hey, we said it from the beginning, man. This is everything we wanted come December. This is it. We got to focus these next 2 weeks so we can get down with the we've been talking about since April. Hey, back to work Tuesday. Hey, family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey.
Bryce Young, congratulations. It's awesome to see you all smiles. The Panthers in control of the NFC South. Biggest game of your career and for many of the members of this young team. What does it say that you were able to get it done?
Well, first and foremost, all glory to God. You know, without him, I'm nothing. We're all nothing. So the glory goes to him, and you know, it just speaks volume to this team. You know, we were excited for the moment. We were ready. Coach did a great job preparing us. You know, for us, we're just about being process oriented, going on to the next week, day by day, building. And I wouldn't want to be able to do that with any other group.
What was going through your mind on that Ransom interception to seal the deal?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I was so excited. But it's just, you know, again, that's who we've been, resilient. Our defense had all the confidence in the world out there. Late stepping up in a big moment like that, not surprising at all. You know, he's a baller. He's a young guy that's, again, ready for things like this. So we're super grateful. We're excited. We'll celebrate for 24, and then we got to refocus.
Bryce, enjoy this one. Congrats, and thanks for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I picked Baker at the beginning of the year. I've been riding with Baker all season long. I'm going to ride with Baker now. I think Baker Mayfield gets it done. That's why, though. I think he's the difference maker. When you put him in this situation with his back against the wall and it's adversity and it's do or die and you have one last shot because he probably thought after that Dolphins game he wasn't going to get it, but you give him just a glimmer of hope, I think that he'll be able to get the job done.
I'm riding with the Panthers, man. I think they have these playoffs at stake. New coach, new life in that team. They didn't play well last week. They were 1 for 11 on third down, and they had 3 turnovers, I believe. I don't think that repeats itself. I think they go into Tampa Bay. We all know Tampa Bay doesn't have any home field advantage. And no matter how good Baker plays in the last 4 weeks, they're still on the skid, and they're going to continue that skid to end the season.
I'm definitely not riding with a team who lost 4 straight and who lost 7 out of their last 8 games. I tell you, man, they turning the ball over right now. They just playing bad football. And I know the Panthers not playing great football, but at least they win a big game. Yeah. They lose, then they win, then they lose, and they just lost. So I like them to come back and have a solid game. They usually backdoor a bad loss with a solid game.
I'm going to ride with Baker, one last hurrah, one last ride. You're dead right. Everything screams Panthers. The Bucs have lost their way. Yeah. And once you lose your way in this league, you just can't get it back. It's Baker Mayfield at home. It's Todd Bowles at home. I just trust those 2 guys at home against this team. If you'd told them before the year, you're going to get 1 game to make the playoffs and win the division, I think they would have said, okay, we'll take that. Well, you don't have any confidence. You have negative momentum. I just think that they'll figure out a way to win this game because that's what Baker does.
The quarterback's not good enough, period. That's the bottom line. I've been saying it all year. He's not good enough. He showed that on Saturday night. He just isn't good enough. You saw the throw he tried to make to the sideline. He couldn't even reach it. I mean, it was a bad throw. He doesn't throw. On the first throw of the game, he jumped. I mean, he jumped over the offensive line so he could throw it. He's just not good enough. You know, you can point to the running game. Yeah, you have to run the ball because he can't win the game. Like you said, he can't put the team on his right arm. He's just not good enough. So they better run for 200. Remember, they beat the Rams.
Yes.
They did beat the Rams. And I don't know how they did, but they beat the Rams. Remember,
They forced 3 turnovers.
and he threw two pick six in that game. Two pick six. They're not going to beat him this time, so they can worry about bad weather.
Bryce, after the game, you said you didn't know if you were going to watch the Saints-Falcons game. Did you watch the game, or did you just wait for the result at the end?
Yeah, I ended up watching like the last 2 minutes. I was trying to I was distracting myself, and I was checking on ESPN every couple minutes. Watched like the end. But yeah, obviously, great opportunity. Super excited. And then now it's about, making something out of it. We have to make sure, today was a good start, but we have to make sure that we're dialed into the process. We have elite focus throughout the week to give us ourselves the best chance this weekend.
And what was it like watching the game? Were you emotional? I mean, just ups and downs in it? What was it like?
Yeah, I watched the last two, whenever it was, it looked pretty good for us. That was the only part I watched. So yeah, obviously super excited, it's definitely a blessing. And then again, now it's, we're in it, we have to make sure that, again, it's, that part's over with. There's no, we have to do the work now. We're excited for the process, for the work, and that's where our focus is.
T-Mac, did you watch the Saints-Falcons game on Sunday?
No, I didn't watch it.
So how did you find out that you guys were playoff bound? Tell me about it.
Social media, people texting me.
Really?
Yeah.
How did it make you feel?
It was cool. I'm just glad, we get obviously another game. Obviously just being a lot of people in this locker room's first time playing in the playoffs, so that's obviously a blessing. Just kind of giving back to them.
Why didn't you watch the game?
Man, honestly, I knew it was going to be a lot of suspense, and I didn't really want to put my body through that one.
Was that talked about, because we just talked to Mike Jack and he said he was playing 2K, did you know a lot of the guys were also just not really watching, and was that kind of the message that you wanted to, everyone have, or?
Man, I don't know. I only can speak for myself. Yeah. I don't know what other people was doing, but, the cards was going to play out how the cards play out, so I was just like, I'm going to find out eventually.
Once you knew that you guys had gotten in, did you kind of take a little bit of time to kind of celebrate the milestones that you hit on Saturday?
No, I haven't thought about that yet.
You've been very critical of yourself, and not only yourself for points, but to be at a place now where there is this new opportunity, none of that matters. What does that mean?
As far as this playoffs? Yeah. Obviously everybody's 0-0 at this point. It's fair game. Anybody can lose, anybody can win, and it's who can get to that ball.
Everybody seems so chill about this. Outside of the building, this is a really, really big deal. Are y'all just kind of taking it in stride and not trying to put too much on it?
I guess you can say that. I feel like I'm different just because, it's my first year, so I don't know what it's like to miss the playoffs. So, I'm just grateful for every opportunity, man. We get to play another game and a chance at playing another game after that. So, just blessed.
Are you seeking advice from any of the veterans about what to expect, or do you have questions? Like Vash was saying, you guys seem kind of very calm about all this.
Man, at the end of the day, it's football. Man, we just got to go out there and do what we do best. Do what we know how to do. Just try to win as many games as we possibly can.
They should bring Cam Newton as the legend of the game.
Yes, sir.
I know where you going with that. I think so. I think if Carolina Panthers make the playoffs, they should ask Cam Newton to be the legend of the game, to do the keep pounding drum. I think the stadium would go crazy. I think the fans will love it. And I think they should reach out. If the Carolina Panthers make the playoffs, they should reach out to Cam Newton to be the legend of the game. I'm with you on that.
I think if I see Cam Newton run out of the tunnel, I think I may pee my pants. I'm not lying.
JB, you too old to pee your dang on pants.
Bro, that would, can you imagine what that would do for the energy in that stadium?
The stadium would go crazy, man.
Imagine the end of the third quarter comes, you know, it's a close game. It's a one possession game. We may be down by 3. We may be down by 7, whatever. Cam Newton comes out, bro. The entire fourth quarter, everybody in the stands will be on their feet.
Yes, for sure. I'm with you. I think they should. I definitely think they should reach out and see who could he be the legend of the game, for sure.
The last time they were in the Super Bowl. So the Panthers are one of 14 teams in the playoffs with a chance to win a Lombardi. Seahawks and Broncos earn their conference's 1 seed and buys. There are generally tight spreads across the board for Wild Card weekend, but there is one exception. Panthers hosting the Rams. LA is a double-digit road favorite, and this is a rematch of Week 13 when the Panthers beat the Rams 31-28 at Bank of America Stadium, where Matthew Stafford had 3 turnovers. I'm Tommy Trent with Jacqueline D'Agostino, Lige Duzable, and Rand Carthon to get us ready for Rams and Panthers Part 2. If we talk about the rematch here, Matthew Stafford enters this game as the betting favorite to win the MVP. It's really down to him and Drake May. Rand, when you look at what the season's been like for Matthew Stafford, is he worthy of the MVP conversation when it comes to him entering the playoffs here?
No, I definitely think so. I think the way he's played at a consistently high level. Yeah. Now, you talked about the Week 13 matchup against the Panthers, and he turned the ball over 3 times in that game, but he still only ended the season with 8 total interceptions on the season. And so he's played at a really high level, especially being at the age he's at, and then coming into a season in which there was questions of whether he was going to be able to play Week 1.
Correct.
And he still has come in and played really well. Sean McVay has done a great job just in terms of helping him run this offense and being able to spread the ball around the way they have. So I think he's very, very much in the conversation and should be the favorite so far.
Well, we differ on that. I don't know if he should be the favorite. He should be in the conversation. And to your point, right, he has played out of his mind for a guy that there was some concerns going into the season whether he would play or not. The bugaboo for him has been the NFC South, right? When you look at the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons, those are the 2 teams he really struggled with. And when you look at it, and again, this conversation when it comes to MVP, I feel like the goalpost has been moved from time to time. Right before it was the best player in the league. Last year, all of a sudden, it was the most valuable. If you were to look at this, you're telling me that Matt Stafford is more valuable to the Rams than Drake May is to the New England Patriots, since we're moving in that direction, right? Most valuable player, because I thought last year, if you're talking about most valuable, Jaden Daniels should have been the MVP. I mean, because what he did with the Commanders and taking them all the way to the NFC Championship game, if that's how you want to categorize it, Jaden Daniels should have won it last year. So, to me, Matt Stafford is rightfully deserving in the conversation, but I would give it to Drake May.
I just want to follow up with something because you brought it up and it just pinged something in my mind. You said the 2 teams in the NFC South, the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. The irony of those 2 teams giving them trouble because Raheem Morris and Ejiro Evero were both on Sean McVay's staff.
True.
And so they've seen the offense. They've defended the offense for an entire year, know how to prepare for it. So when you said that, that just triggered that in my mind. I just wanted to bring that up.
Yes, certainly interesting. And Rand, you mentioned it, Matthew Stafford, for the most part, has played very consistently. It's been a different story for the other side of the ball, for the defense. If we go, post Week 11, it's looked a lot different. So, Lige, how much does this defense have to improve if they want to make that Super Bowl run that a lot of folks are predicting for this team?
Vastly, because even in a game like the Seattle Seahawks where they put up 37, they lost that game. right? Because the defense couldn't finish the job at the end of the game. So this defense has really struggled giving up explosive plays down the field the last couple of weeks, but they've been bad against the run 2 out of the last 3 games. When you look at it, 2 out of the last 3 games, they've given up 170 yards rushing to teams. Like, that's tough. It's hard to win when you're losing the battle in the trenches and guys are missing tackles. But to me, the most important thing is that defense, more specifically those defensive backs, they were playing out of their mind in the beginning of the year. I don't know what flipped his switch, but there's been coverage bust. There's been guys getting beat in one-on-one scenarios. We saw Keller Witherspoon this last week get beat over the top. So they got to figure that out because Chris Shula was a guy that we were praising in the beginning of the year because guys like Emmanuel Forbes, who was a cast-off, was playing at a Pro Bowl level. That has kind of reeled back the last couple of weeks, and they've really struggled. I think they really need to lean on that defensive line. That defensive line needs to have a performance like they did throughout last year's playoffs if they're going to have success on a playoff drive to get to the Super Bowl.
I think the big thing in a way currently the way this defense is structured, you talked about the defensive front, the lack of consistency in the secondary. I think this defense is built to play with a lead. So now they can just turn those guys loose up front. They can get the pressure on the interior. They got the guys off the edge. And then you have Nate Landman at the linebacker position who is came on and made a name for himself, created a ton of turnovers throughout that stretch, those first 11 weeks. But I think as it went down, you see the past 4 games and how they played and the amount of yards they were allowed. These are all offenses that are capable, probably with the exception of the Cardinals, that are capable of scoring points. And so you have to match point for point, which means on the defensive side of the ball, you have to play structured and sound defense, and you're not pinning your ears back, getting after the quarterback. So I think in this game in particular, if you're the Rams, it's to get out front. Get out front, and I don't care what. If you win the coin toss, take the ball. Take the ball, get out early, and so now you have the Carolina Panthers chasing points, if you will, and again, now you'll be able to turn that defensive front loose.
And to that point, when we look at those last 4 games, the 2 games they won, they had convincing leads, right? And the other 2 games versus the NFC South teams, like the Panthers were in it the entire game, and they were chasing points for the Atlanta Falcons. So that was a really good point that you brought up, this team being built to play with the league because of the subsequent pass rushes they have.
And again, those turnovers by Matthew Stafford kept Carolina in the game, and he had that streak where he hadn't thrown a pick in quite some time. Getting to the Carolina offense, speaking of teams that are maybe capable of putting teams points up against the Rams, we're going to get to the running game in just a second. But, Rain, if I were just to tell you and ask you about Bryce Young and what Dave Canales has been able to do, is there still some left to be desired after this season? Or how much of a full Bryce Young have you seen from this Carolina offense?
Well, what I'll say, Tommy, is we've seen maturation. Because there was a point coming into this season or even the previous seasons where it's a bust. He's not it. They can't win football games with him. What Dave Canales has done is he's built around Bryce Young. Bryce Young, if you know anything about his background, he grew up playing AAU basketball. He was a point guard. And I've had the conversation with him. I was like, were you nice? Could you score points? And you know what his answer was? He was like, I didn't need to. Because I played with a couple guys that went to the NBA, so I just got the ball in their hands. Now, if I needed to go get a bucket, I could, but I was the point guard. I just distributed the ball, and that's the way they've been using him in this offense. They're not putting the game on Bryce Young. They're relying on this run game. They're relying on efficient passes underneath. Get the ball in those receivers' hands quick. Let them. Do the most of the heavy lifting, but they haven't had to put everything on his shoulders. Now, here's the problem. When you get into the playoffs, people are going to take away what you do best and say, hey, Bryce Young, if you can go out here and beat us with your arm, kudos. So be it. And that's what I think this Rams defense is going to do. They're going to stack the box. They're going to take away Rico Dowdle. They're going to take away Chuba Hubbard and say, Bryce Young, here, you beat us.
The interesting thing is, Rand, when you look at it, this Panthers team has, I believe, attempted the most 4th down conversions this year. And that's actually when he's been kind of at his best, right, when you look at what they've done throughout the year. So to a point, I do agree with him being essentially a point guard, but I think they need to open it up and let him free, right? We saw Tetero McMillan go over 1,000 yards. He's a big-time player on that offense as well. You know what I always like to see? I know we're going to talk about the run game, but 2-back sets.
That way you can kind of switch some things up with Chuba Hubbard and putting Rico Dowdle in to maybe get them on the edge on some screenplays. Maybe we've seen the Atlanta Falcons do it with Tyler Algier becoming a lead blocker for Bijan. Do some of that. I think that will be a nice twist in this offense to also give them something added against this Rams defense.
And Rand, you talked about it. You said the teams are going to take away what you do best. And this has really been a tale of two seasons of what they do best in terms of the running attack, because it's looked very, very different. But if the Rams are going to stack the box and they're going to eliminate Rico Dowdle, how do they get him back to that, or even to be better, to make a difference, knowing that that might be the game plan from the Rams?
Well, if you it's like Lige said, you have to take some shots early. You have to take shots early, if for nothing else, to get the safeties
Loosen
to back up. Just to get the safeties to back up, because you'll notice probably in the earlier part of the game, those safeties are going to cheat their way down, or they're going to go single high and roll that extra safety down to the box, and so they can have all gaps covered. But if you're the Carolina Panthers, you got to have some wrinkles, specifically in your first 15. The first 15 are the plays that you scheme up, are the first 15 plays no matter what you're going to call for the game. And so if you're the Carolina Panthers, you got to have some wrinkles, whether it's formationally or just some counters off of things that they know you've done and things that you ran against them last time. And again, that can create some looks for you against this Rams defense.
Yeah, I talked about it having the two back sets to switch things up, to give something else for Chris Shula to prepare for. I think that could go a long way in kickstarting this run game. Another caveat, if Robert Hunt is able to come back, right, one of the most physical guards in all of football, who's missed a majority of the season with an injury. They thought they potentially could get him back last week. They weren't able to. I think he could give them a big boost of energy in the run game. His physicality, his mindset will be massive if he's able to go in this playoff game. That will help with the run game as well.
And to that point, Lige, in having a Robert Hunt, what that would allow Bryce Young to do is to step up in the pocket, because we know he's on the shorter side. And so the one thing that you would love to do is to firm up the middle, shore up the middle of your offensive line, allow your quarterback to step up, because the Rams' number one thing they do on defense is rush those edges. And with your tackles, all you got to do is be able to ride them by. And if you got a solidified center and two guards, that allow Bryce to either step up and step out versus him having to run the loop and run himself right into one of those edge rushers.
All right, you guys talked about it. May not be by choice that Rico Dowdle, we just saw the graphics, his last four games wasn't good. Before they had a 206-yard game and a 183-yard game. Chuba Hubbard, Rico Dowdle, will see the splits there. Who wins the rematch, Rand?
I'm going with the Rams. I'm leaning on just the totality of their roster and their experience. They've been here before. A lot of these guys were on the championship team. They've won a championship. You have an MVP candidate at quarterback. And I just think right now, no one, with the exception of Lige, had the Panthers in this playoff hunt, and here they are. I'm sure there's a level of people in the locker room, because they hadn't been here, that are just happy to be here. But I think the Rams have the experience. To me, they have the edge, and I think they're going to win.
Double T is a massive line. If I'm not mistaken, it's the biggest in NFL history, right, for playoffs?
Wild card, especially on the road.
Yeah. Again, massive line. And when you look at it, the two games that Matt Stafford struggled versus NFC South teams. 6 turnovers in those games versus the NFC South, one being against the Carolina Panthers. I do believe they get this run game going. I do believe this game is a lot closer than people think, because the Rams defense has really struggled. You talked about it, Rand. The Panthers are playing with house money right now. Go out there and play free. Nobody believes you can win this game. Give me the Panthers to cover the points. I think 10.5 is massive for a playoff game.
So, Lige, wait. We were talking about the win-loss, but now that they had lost,
it resets. No,
so, like win-win? Are they making a deep run?
I'm not saying they're going to. That's a well-balanced breakfast over there with the Rams and that offense. I will say this, that again, for some odd reason, Matt Stafford is really struggling. And you made a really good point about the defensive coordinators that have been in the building with him, right? I think Ejiro Evero knows how to attack Matt Stafford. And then, purely, when you look at the Panthers, 9 of their 21 first turnovers have come versus the NFC West. So I don't know what it is about that team. They know how to turn over teams in the NFC West. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than people think.
All right, so Rand's going with the Rams and Lige with the pick against the spread. Per usual, we like to see it. Lige Rand.
That's right.
check this out. Had a bad game. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real about it. Stop the stop. Evero knows. Sean McVay, he knows. Matthew Stafford when he was only on the staff 1 year with Matthew Stafford before he got the head coach. Just stop the bullshit. Matthew Stafford just flat out had a bad game. And I'm going to tell you how you know he had a bad game. Because after the game, the media talked about, well, Matthew Stafford just blew the MVP. He just blew the MVP. Yeah, after the Panthers game. Because he had a bad game. I'm looking for the LA Rams, Sean McVay. This is going to be to win this game for the Carolina Panthers is going to have to be on both sides of the ball, offensive line and defensive line, because the Rams are going to run the ball. Yes, Devontae Adams is going to be back, but predicate on the weather how it's going to be. The Rams are going to run the ball and utilize their tight ends a lot in this game. And Carolina Panthers, with them having one of the worst linebacking cores in the NFL, it's going to hurt them tomorrow. It's going to hurt them. I'm telling y'all now. I don't care how you ride on the defense. The defense is like ranked 15th total in the NFL. Okay, they went from 32 to 15. Kudos. But it's a bend don't break defense. That means this defense can be had for all 4 quarters. All 4 quarters. Sean McVay and them are going to have this defense on the field for all 4 quarters because they know that Dave Canales cannot match or go toe to toe, head to head with Sean McVay, playbook versus playbook. Well, they beat the Rams and they got to listen. The Carolina Panthers' explosive plays was in 4th down. Stop it. That's a bad team. If you only can get explosive plays in 4th down, that's a bad team. I'm telling y'all, stop acting like the Carolina Panthers are going to beat the Rams tomorrow just because they beat them 4 weeks ago when they beat them in week 13. Stop it. Like straight up. Straight the fuck up. Sean McVay and them is not going to lose to the motherfucking Carolina Panthers. That shit is not going on their fucking resume. It's not going on Matthew Stafford 46 touchdowns. This man had 46 touchdowns. And you think that his season is going to end tomorrow with a losing record? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, man. Y'all can be excited all y'all want. I'm going live. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go live on that one. I'm not going to the game. I thought about it. I seen the tickets. Nope, I'm not going to the game to watch my Carolina Panthers struggle to score points. No, Y'all can miss me with that bullshit. I am one of the most dedicated fan podcaster that you're gonna run across with the Carolina Panthers. I talk to ordinary people every day about the Panthers. So I know what the people talking about. I know what the people are saying about the Carolina Panthers. Get out of here. I wear my Carolina Panthers shit all the time. So they know. S.L.R. Oh, yeah, they pull up and talk. Yeah. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They ask me all the time. What are we going to do? Are we going to beat the Rams? Nope. No, we're not going to beat the Rams. Why you say that? Because we don't deserve to beat the Rams. That's why. We don't score enough points to beat the Rams. You really think that I'm going to sit out here and say my team is going to beat the Rams when we don't even average 20 points a game? No. You ain't gonna have me out here looking like Boo Boo the Fool. Fuck out of here. Nah. You ain't gonna have me looking like. I'm sorry. All right. Carolina Panthers win. This be the biggest upset. This will be a big one. This will be a big upset. Big one. Big one. Yes. I'm just saying. This will be a big one. Sean McVay, the Terminator, Matthew, Orton, Stafford, Puka, Reigns, Nakua. Oh my. Devontae Adams? We're gonna do Devontae Trick Williams Adams. Oh my god, we're gonna do it. Devontae Trick Adams. Oh, whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Yeah, whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. I like whoop that trick. Yeah. Bryce, Rose, Young. It's gonna be a long day. Listen, I'm gonna have to put this in perspective. This is what I'm gonna put this in perspective, and this is for the Bryce Young fans. Y'all could be like, "What do you got to the playoffs this next year?" Listen, I do not want to go in year 4 with a 5-9 allegedly. Now they say when they get about the manual, the handbooks or whatever, how they want to do this shit, they say Bryce Young is 5'11". He's really 5'9". He's really 5'9". And pull up the video. There's the video. I think this was Bryce's rookie year. I think it was his rookie year. It had to be rookie or second year. Opponent. There's a guy. When the players come out and talk to the media, there's a guy that fixes the mics. And the guy has said that this mic was right, and he said Bryce Young was 5'9". Yeah, for sure. And as soon as he said guess who came right out behind him? Bryce Young. Bryce Young is 5'9". It's facts. Let it be real. It's facts. He's shorter than Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is 5'10". First of all, let's be honest. Let's be real about this. Straight up. Do you really think the Carolina Panthers want to pay a 5'9", 5'10" quarterback $50 million for the media to be like he the shortest, highest paid quarterback in the NFL? Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen, giving Bryce Young any extra years, you are now the Arizona Cardinals when they had Kyler Murray. Learn from the Arizona Cardinals. Learn from the Arizona. If there's any team that the Carolina Panthers need to learn from, ask any questions about a short quarterback that was the number 1 pick in the draft, the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals can read if they can flip back the time when Kyler Murray was threatening them, putting the pressure on them. I think Kyler Murray was in year 3. I think he was in year 3. Not even fully through his rookie contract. I think this was right after they made the playoffs. This was crazy about it. It was like right after they made the playoffs. Oh, I need a contract extension. Him and his agent made the Arizona Cardinals bend down and cough up the big bag. By then, Kyler Murray was one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league at 5'10". And now look at the Arizona Cardinals to beg the NFL guys to give Kyler Murray an injury that was severe enough, not career threatening, but severe enough for him to miss 4 to 6 games. They got that cushion. It's all they needed. Now they're trying to trade Kyler Murray, but the thing is, there's no market for Kyler Murray because who wants to take on a $45-50 million quarterback that's 5'10"? Let's just be honest. Be honest. And Kyler Murray's not dedicated enough. That's just what I'm saying with the Carolina Panthers. You give Bryce Young that contract extension and he has a bad season, the media is going to crucify you. I'm already crucifying you without the contract. But the other podcasters in the media, the non-Bryce supporters, are going to crucify you because you gave this man top 10 quarterback money and you already knew this is what you're going to do. Bryce may already be capped out. Let's be real about this. Bryce Young's ceiling may already be capped out. Bryce Young may not even have a ceiling. Let's be honest. I ain't say it. His play say it. His coach don't even believe in him. Don't get on me. His coach does not believe in him. I just don't fool with short quarterbacks. The only short quarterback I ever liked was Michael Vick. That's it. Other than that, you gotta be like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". Yep. 6'6". Yep. 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 You gotta have some Tom Brady in you. I like a mix of a Tom Brady. I want a clone of a Tom Brady and a Brett Favre mixed in together. That's what a Carolina Panther. That's what I need. That's why you need to go get a guy like Joe Burrow, because that's what Joe Burrow is. He's a mix of a Tom Brady with a cerebral. I want to win. The desire. I know I'm good. I know I'm the best. I'm probably the top quarterback in the league if I go to another team. Then he has that Brett Favre in him where he's aggressive. Yeah, he's a gunslinger, but he's accurate with the gunslinging. He's aggressive. See, Carolina Panthers, make the call, man. Make the call. Make the call. Go get Joey. Go get Joe Burrow. Give up 2 firsts. Don't give up no second. Give up a first, a future first, like 2 years. Like give up a first round pick just like 2 years down the road, a year down the road. But don't give up a first and then another first. When you 2 back to back like you did with Bryce Young, when you gave up 2 first back to back. Oh no, you can't do that. Can't do that. No. You can do the 1 first and then be like, yo, we'll do the one on the next go around or 2 years from now. We'll do the next. No back that if the Cincinnati Bengals are asking for 2 back to backs, first round picks for Joe Burrow and like a third and players, we good. I'm not doing that. Not doing that deal. That's why the Carolina Panthers should have when they go to the Cincinnati Bengals, they deal should be top notch. Their deal should be nobody can beat this deal. Nobody. You put the best deal together. Nobody. And try to put Bryce Young in the deal. And they be like, nah, we don't want Bryce. All right, cool. We'll find somewhere for Bryce. If not, we release him. We're not worrying about his cap number. Let's just be facts. We could have been uncut Bryce. We could eat that cap. Not worrying about that. I know ways. I know what the NFL do. You know how to run the team. There's always loopholes. It's always loop. That's the luxury of being a business. Find loopholes. That's what the Carolina Panthers gotta do. What they gotta do. What? This is a huge game for Dave Canales. Dave Canales. I'm telling you, you already done in my eyes. But I need a game where everybody's gonna finally be like, damn, S.L.R was right. This dude is horrible. He's trash. He can't coach. He can't make adjustments. Lack of play calling. There's no explosive. There's no goodie bag. There's not a hold on. There's hold on. Let me get this bag. There's not a go yard bag. There's not a duffel bag. There's not a Ziploc bag. There's nothing. Nothing but a whole bunch of check downs and screens and 5-yard crossings and stupid dumb shit. Don't even use Jimmy Horn the right way. Don't even use Jimmy. It's embarrassing. It's a crime. Don't even use Jimmy to even open up the passing game. Jimmy ain't gonna get mad. Jimmy ain't gonna get mad if he gotta do 60 minutes of cardio. He's still getting a check. And you really think about it, Carolina Panthers got too many weapons. Look at the weapons they got. T-Mac is able to get Jalen Coker, Mitchell Evans, Rico Dow, Chuba Hubbard. All the weapons. And you still ain't gonna beat the Rams because of the head coach and the quarterback. The separation gotta stop. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just don't make no sense. Bryce Young has a bad game. The media is gonna turn on him. It's like they're late. They're late. They're late. But I ain't worried about as long as you see the light, you see my vision. Dave Canales. I'm telling you, listen. I am telling you, once you get his fan base a taste of winning, taste of that home playoff, and you end up having a bad game where they feel like they wasted their money, like y'all did to them in week 18 in the home game against Seattle. I'm telling y'all, they gonna go for Bryce getting up out of Carolina. They gonna go for Dave Canales getting the hell up out. They gonna try to tell you Dave Canales about to be a 2-and-done. You ain't about to receive none of your benefits, none of your fruit for your labor. Cause they gonna fire your ass. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
Bryce, after the game, you said you didn't know if you were going to watch the Saints Falcons game. Did you watch the game, or did you just wait for the result at the end?
Yeah, I ended up watching like the last 2 minutes. Yeah, I was trying to I was distracting myself, and I was checking on ESPN every couple minutes. Watched like the end. But yeah, obviously, great opportunity. Super excited. And then now it's about making something out of it. We have to make sure. Today was a good start, but we have to make sure that we're dialed into the process. We have elite focus throughout the week to give us ourselves the best chance this weekend.
And what was it like watching the game? Were you emotional? I mean, just ups and downs in it. What was it like?
Yeah, I watched the last two whenever it was it looked pretty good for us. That was the only part I watched. So yeah, obviously super excited. Super, it's definitely a blessing. And then again, now it's we're in it. We have to make sure that again it's that part's over with. There's no, we have to do the work now. We're excited for the process, for the work, and that's where our focus is.
make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Most definitely, we're going live tomorrow for the Rams game. Definitely share the live. Make sure I get all the latest content that we drop on my YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, comment over there. Carolina Panther Nation, YouTube, stand up, keep pounding.
Bryce, after the game, you said you didn't know if you were going to watch the Saints-Falcons game. Did you watch the game, or did you just wait for the result at the end?
Yeah, I ended up watching like the last 2 minutes. I was trying to I was distracting myself, and I was checking on ESPN every couple minutes. Watched like the end. But yeah, obviously, great opportunity. Super excited. And then now it's about, making something out of it. We have to make sure, today was a good start, but we have to make sure that we're dialed into the process. We have elite focus throughout the week to give us ourselves the best chance this weekend.
And what was it like watching the game? Were you emotional? I mean, just ups and downs in it? What was it like?
Yeah, I watched the last two, whenever it was it looked pretty good for us. That was the only part I watched. So yeah, obviously super excited. It's definitely a blessing. And then again, now it's we're in it. We have to make sure that again it's that part's over with. There's no, we have to do the work now. We're excited for the process, for the work, and that's where our focus is.